Gonna tell some jokes or what?
No, I'm gonna take a nap.
I'm gonna go tell us. Go for it.
Yeah. Hey, assalamu alaikum. Shakir Freed Abdullah. What's your name?
Justin Cox.
Okay, my name's Shakir, Justin Cox. I was talking with this gentleman earlier, and I'm a Muslim human rights activist, community organizer, and I met this young gentleman right here. He stated that he's Republican, so I said, a lot of people, as soon as they hear the word Republican, they think, well, a white, privileged, racist, bigoted, misogynist, egotistic, narcissistic person. But as I started continuing talking with this gentleman, he started sharing some valid points, so I just like to have a conversation with him. So, are you in the university or where are you at?
No, I'm actually a government employee. I'm a contractor.
Oh, you're a government employee?
Software engineer.
Software engineering? What is your feelings about this presidency right now, currently at this time?
In the first month, In the first month, it's been a very bumpy road. I appreciate that within the first month, he's already trying to do something, and he's taking a lot of action, which is more than we can say about a lot of presidents in the past.
All right.
Granted, are some of the ways that he's done it valid, or are they even respectable?
But
well, I mean, technically, the 3-month ban is completely legal, only because last April Obama did the same thing, but didn't get any hate for it.
Okay, so as you say some of these things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the constructs of these issues, right? It's really seems like it's really divisive, right? It's inspiring a lot of fear. It's inspiring a lot of hateful rhetoric. It's bringing out a lot of people in our communities that are extremely racist, extremely bigoted, extremely homophobic, extremely Islamophobic, right? And my question is though, first thing, it doesn't work, homie.
Oh, here he comes.
Right?
Here comes.
Oh, I know this dude. We
Was he here
we
earlier?
had him at the Trump protest and almost stumped him. He's like some Latino, self-hating motherfucker. Anyway, right? But this is the thing, though, right? Just be smart, everybody, because he's really agitated. He's a really big agitator.
And he's trying to agitate, and that's what this is about too. We can't let the agitation get us. We have to stand
Yeah,
united.
let's continue
We
our
have to
conversation.
stay positive.
Yeah, no doubt.
Come in and say something.
So our conversation.
He can come say whatever he wants.
Hey, yeah. Don't trip. I'm not gonna trip. I'm drinking my Red Bull, but I'm not gonna get in a fight. All right. So,
No, it's alright. We're keeping
yeah,
this
not on
respectful.
camera. Right. But the thing is even the election of Trump, Trump being elected, period, just period, right? Right. Just electing Donald Trump, right? What it does to women, what it does to Black Americans, what it does to Muslim Americans, what it does to feminists, what it does to those in the LGBTQ community. It strikes this unsounding fear because this gentleman literally disrespected Muslims. He disrespected Muslims. When almost a year ago you were there, I organized the United Front Against Hate rally. It had about 950 people. But the reason why I did it is because he said he wanted to put a serial number. He wanted to put a serial number on the chest of Muslims, right, to identify us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even though I'm getting divorced and everything, my ex-wife, she's Muslim, right? And she just started wearing the hijab and everything, and she works at a private school, which actually is a Christian school,
Yeah.
right? And it didn't sit well with me to think, because who was the last people that had a serial number to identify them, right? And that alone right there to me invalidates someone to be our president, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what he says against Latinos and immigrants, right? That's it's unfathomable to understand that someone that's supposed to hold such a high elected office is to be governing all the people, because he's saying all these racist and bigoted remarks and all these misogynistic remarks and everything that's oppressing the people. This is oppressive to the human psyche, to the human emotion, to the human state of mind, the human state of well-being, right? This is invasive on our personal well-being, right? And then also invasive on our communities, right? Like, how the hell could he be elected and hold a presidential office and then you're saying you're Republican, I respect that, right? But for you to say that, like, you would be supportive of this president, but that's supportive of him saying this shit against us Muslims. It's supportive of him saying this shit against Latinos and immigrants. It's supportive of these devaluing, these misogynistic, these crude, these rude remarks that he states against women, right? Like, no, that's not a sound-minded person, human being that's supposed to govern over us all, right? And as a Republican, like, and I respect the checks and balances, right? I tell you that, I respect that, but like, as a Republican, shouldn't you ask for more from your leader? Because like, he said these statements, like, that should be something, if you're a Republican, right, you are still for the people, right? You're all about the people, right? And if you're for the people, right, why would you have someone in office that says these remarks and statements? Like, it causes this division in our society. It causes like, I've been spitting on, I had my car damaged, right? I've had my car damaged, I've had letters on there, Muslims, go home. I'm from fucking America, where the fuck am I gonna go, right?
It's religious freedom.
Right? They have these things said against women, like our women are like, got set back another 60, 70 years with this motherfucker being in office, right? With him, just this construct of him and what he brings in office. So you're saying that you're Republican, respectfully, like, wouldn't you want to have someone with better values for our community, with our multicultural and diverse community, person of a sounder mind to represent our people, to represent Republicans, because he's representing you. That's your voice.
Yeah.
So, like, what would you say to this gentleman? Like, don't you think like that stuff needs to be removed? Like, he needs to address the people. He needs to be apologetic. He needs to make recompense to all the communities that he's harming. Like, as a Republican, and if you're for, because you're saying you're for all of us here. There's blacks here, right? There's blacks here. There's blacks here, right? There's Muslims here. There's Latinos here. There's people from the LGBTQ community here,
There's
right?
Americans here.
Right?
Exactly.
Right?
Americans. We are all
Right?
Americans.
Right? Right?
Yep.
There's natives here who rightfully own this land.
Yeah.
Right? That got raped, murdered, tortured, lied to. Right?
Yep.
They had their whole dignity contrived from some type of concept saying that this is America, right? But how, and when we state these words like "Make America Great Again," you already know it's never been great for me, not for my brother right there, not for my Latino brothers, not for my brothers and sisters from the LGBTQ community, because it's oppressive in nature. It's racist, it's bigoted, it's misogynist.
I still wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
Yeah, I would not want to live anywhere else. I would die for this ground that I stand upon.
Yeah, but you say you wouldn't live anywhere else. Would you live? So this country, right?
If I lived somewhere else, I would try to legally immigrate here.
Okay. Good point. All right. Whatever, right? But what I'm saying is, I said all this stuff right here, right? Are you able to address that?
Yes.
Because I'm asking someone who's going to represent our country, right? Someone who's going to represent all of us, right? Right? Is this the type of person that we really want leading our country?
I voted for him.
Of course you did.
All right. So,
I remember you at the Trump protest.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
let me get everything out of the way first. Thank you for being extremely respectful towards me, especially in our conversations over there. Yes, I understand that I'm a Republican here at this, but at the end of the day, we're all Americans.
Yeah, but real quick, people say that we're all Americans, right? We're all Americans, right? That means people, to me, like like I don't believe in this America. I don't appreciate this America, because like what constitutes to be American means a person who's free, right? A person who's free from prejudice, who's free from oppressive reprisals, right? Who's free from unjust laws and policies. But I'll say it again: blacks, Latinos, LGBTQ, women, Muslims, immigrants, right? They're not free in this country, right? We're not considered wholly entirely American, right? I'm considered a terrorist, right? And then as a black man, I got another strike, and as an ex-felon, gang member, I'm already out of the game. You understand?
Yeah.
You understand? So like, what's up, my brother? You know? So like when we define this term American, especially for natives, right? Like these things, these constructs, that construct doesn't fall. Like we're not underneath that umbrella. So and it's really hurtful to a lot of us because we're not under that flag. We don't exist under that flag. If we do, see how those are bars? That's the only place that we would exist. You see what I'm saying? This is the people talking.
Yeah.
So when we define America, and this is America, but this is not America that we live in freely. And this is the people, like we're trying to say this. If you're Republican, we're trying to find a common ground. We have to have this understanding, right?
Yeah.
So like, what's your response to that? Because this is the people. We're supposed to be for the people, right? You're supposed to be for all of us, right?
Yeah.
Vegans, right? Right? I heard it, so I was watching that shit. You know what I mean? But like vegans, right? Muslims, right? Women, LGBTQ. Like, what do you think could be better done by this president to appreciate everybody in our society and hold us down? And if this is a country that's supposed to be great and free, like, how can we really make it great? Because remember, like for Black Americans especially, this country's not been great at any point of this fucking history of this country being made. It has not been great for us. Can you understand why?
Yeah, I understand why, and I understand what you're saying.
Okay, so now I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I just drink this Red Bull. You're drinking.
It's fine. I understand. It's fine. So the first thing I have to address is what you pointed out about Trump being misogynistic, bigoted, racist, homophobic, etc., etc. The whole lot.
Yeah.
Are we all getting naked?
From what I've seen, now, not saying it didn't happen.
Trump sucks.
If you believe in love.
But from what I've seen, I have yet to see any of those things happen. Now I know you're probably going to be like, look at all the press conferences, look at all the things he said on Twitter and all this stuff. And after me looking deeper into it, I've noticed that a lot of what he talks about
I don't know what you're basing that on, but
is illegal immigration. I know you're Muslim, and I know this 3-month ban thing with the 7 countries out in the Middle East.
We had 6 people in our community like go to visit their families.
Bannon sucks.
Right?
Or even leave.
Right? They can't come back.
Yeah, and I understand that sucks, and I'm sorry.
And they're American.
I'm not saying that was the right response for it. Yeah. I believe where Trump came up with that idea is like I brought up earlier. Obama did that in last April.
Omarosa sucks big time.
Surrounding Syria. So I believe he used that as a justification in believing that there would be no lashback. Obviously, there was plenty of lashback. With him being what people define as misogynistic and throwing women back 60, 70 years, I kind of don't see that.
You don't see it? Like this guy said, like, I grab her in the pussy, I can have any woman that I want.
A reality star running a country.
And then like that's accepted? Like that's a violation on the humanity of a woman in itself. That's violating. Would you let someone say that to your sister? Like honestly.
No.
Would you let someone say it to your mom?
No.
Let Paris Hilton run our country.
All right, homie. Would you let someone say that to your daughter?
No.
I don't think any man would let any other man speak like that to their family member.
No, absolutely
Nobody,
not.
right? Because we're all bonded together. Like this is all universal, right? We're all connected one way or another. We're all connected spiritually, right? Right? And we all respect our humanity.
You believe in consensual sexual acts?
Like what?
You believe in consensual sexual acts? Of course. All right. So all these women that came up with these accusations dropped everything after the election ended up happening. Now another thing that also came up with that is you have a billionaire who's hitting on you. You know what? Yeah. Donald Trump don't drink or smoke.
It doesn't make it. Listen. What happened with him and those women right there, right? First of all, if you think like the pressure,
Trump's a rapist.
like if you think of the pressure upon those women when they come out, because a woman who's been violated, right? A woman who's been raped or molested, right? Molested verbally, right? Even by a man's actions and insincere actions and intentions, right? Like the concept for a woman to come forward, period, is very courageous. All right, it's very courageous. But like when they come forward and put up in the limelight, and he has these billions of dollars to lambaste them and to value dehumanize them, of course he's gonna turn back. Like if you look at those who picked up some type of crime charge or anything, right? And they're putting so much pressure on them, and they're They're not trying to have it out. But what I'm saying is,
The Trump administration is so deep in Russian shit. All the Ajax in the world, they're gonna clean that up.
but the thing is though, when he made these statements, right? When he made these statements, he didn't just it violated every single other woman, like all these women here. Like his statements violate their humanity, right? It violates that construct that they have of feeling safe because this man is a president now, right? And it's okay for him to say these devaluing, dehumanizing remarks. Would you ever say something like that?
I'm gonna move to Canada.
Would you ever say something
Justin
like
Trudeau,
Yes, I would.
I love you.
You would say grab him in the pussy?
Hold on.
Welcome me to Canada.
Listen, what was said was
Canada is a place for me.
Oh, Canada. Oh, Canada.
I'm not your buddy, friend, but I am a friend, guy.
to where they can't basically compare them to Jesus or to some kind of prophet to where we.
No.
Listen, but if we're to put him up on that pedestal to where he's supposed to be perfect 24/7, to where he's supposed to
Hey, Mark
say no
Jackson
wrong,
Weaver,
do no wrong, hear no wrong.
Aloris, Denver,
And that's
man, I
why
love you
I'm a
guys.
failure.
You're the best, Mark
Now,
Jackson
if-
Weaver designing
Where I
person.
come from,
Sorry, they're having a real
like I
political
said
discourse, but
before,
I love Denver
things that
and the
I
band
deem as okay
Aloris.
or most likely not
My boy
safe
Mark
is
Jackson
what you
Weaver, formerly Fabulous
I'm
Collaborate.
very
This is Nick Furious Styles,
You know
man
what
with
goes
no
on
name,
in church in this movie.
products of the golden age, and I'm loving my community right now. This is what it's all about, man. Coming together, black, white, green, blue, and making it happen. One love.
This is a situation. As a social worker, right?
Trump is one big hemorrhoid.
And as an academic, right? Like the construct of our language that we utilize, this means something. Words mean something. Words mean something to me, right? And when a person that is in that powerful position, there is a responsibility. We do hold him to a course, right? We hold him to his stature and his position. That is not the talk of a leader of millions and millions of people. That is not the talk of a leader, right? That is not the talk of someone who's supposed to be unbiased and unprejudiced. We as the people of this country, we have that right to call him on that and demand that of him. If you were president of the United States of America and you're saying that stuff, I'll be coming at you just as hard, right? And I'll be requesting this just as hard because I have that right. Because you're my president, right? If you're saying, now he did state, put a serial number, have an identifier on their bodies. He's saying this rhetoric that is like, it can be twisted so many ways, and it's harmful. As a president of this country, this is not something that you're supposed to be doing, utilizing your position for. We're supposed to be a lot of healing, nurturement, and building this country. That's what can make this country great. That's why we say this country is not great. It's never been motherfucking great. And it won't be great until we do away with these labels and these constructs. That's like,
I completely agree with that.
But if you agree with it, then he's doing these very things.
But the things that he was saying, like with the cereal, that was a year, give or take a couple weeks. And at that point, nobody thought he was ever even going to be elected to represent the Republican Party. Honestly, if I were in that position, I probably wouldn't care what I said about. I'm not justifying it at all. What he said then was wrong, yes. But not only that, it hasn't been brought up again. And he's also worked on
beat up card about a badass system, right? Beat up card about a bad system, right?
He's worked on redeeming himself about bringing the community together. I haven't heard anything in the past 8 months regarding separating the people. I've heard him talk about bringing the inner cities together, making them better, making sure that there are better jobs, making sure the buildings are in more livable condition for those that can't afford it, even taxes for the lesser income, the lower wage.
Wait a minute. You're saying he's saying all these things, bringing the cities together, all these things, all this stuff, right? The people that he's putting in position are people that are ignorant people, right? Like for the Department of Education, the HUD. I mean, like these people are not fit for these positions, right? And these are people that have stated like ignorant, foolish, rhetorical statements about certain people in our community. That Betty DeVos or whatever her name was. She said that stuff about those teachers at that one public school that she went to, she totally judged them without even knowing them, what they do and what they put in work for these kids. Man, she says you guys are you guys are scared to follow, you're scared to lead or whatever. This is just followers. She's just blind.
If I didn't have any
You're just
legal
blind.
repercussions, yes, I could.
You know what I mean? And
Am I lying?
it's messed up, man. Like this, you guys gotta understand. Like this is not the America that we're asking to be. And if you're a Republican, right, and you're about making our country great, that means that you know, like, with your values and with your systems and the thoughts that you have and your methods and everything, you know that there has to be some type of appropriate compromise where we can be level-headed, right? And
Yeah,
we
to
can be
where
like,
both
we can be
parties
like,
can agree on something.
yeah, right.
I completely agree.
And
Because that's the only way we're ever going to get anything done.
yeah, and so if the people are saying these things, and the people feel this, if people feel this, right, then
It wasn't called nothing until
like,
we came over here. But it could make it. This is the United States of America. This is
has
North
to
America
stop.
that we live in.
I mean, like,
Mexico, not includes Canada.
we need him out of here. If there's a better Republican representative, then we're asking for
Just
that,
because
right?
the name-
Because he's violating
because the name
people.
of America
He's violating
is
our
on there,
humanity.
doesn't
Like, this
necessarily
is the
mean
people saying
that
this.
it's a country.
If you're Republican, you go into the street, you listen to what the voice of the people, right? Well, the people are saying that. I don't know, like, if you have anything to share with them, because you seem like you're very fair-minded, you're listening, right? Right? This is the people, and this is the gente right here. Like, a lot of Latinos, a lot of blacks, right? There's Muslims here, there's people
that what you
in
think?
the community. I mean, like, what do you have to say to everybody here? Because we're not satisfied
We're
with
also
this shit.
escaping.
As I've stated this morning why I originally came out here. So, there's a few points. We're just going to go back to
The
the
original people, Columbus, and all.
original reason why we started talking about
Yeah,
why
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Republican and what that means to me,
Okay.
my views and my positions
Okay,
on those
okay.
things.
I'm not necessarily.
Completely, I'm going to disregard everything regarding Trump here. This is just me. So, let's take the first opinion, illegal immigration. As I spoke to you before, I believe illegal immigration should be extremely looked at. Illegal immigration
¿Quieres hablar?
we need to take a good priority at that. Not only that,
It's true.
but I know, like you and I both know, it takes a good 10 plus years for somebody to become a legalized citizen. So that's
Too long of a process.
Exactly. That should be looked at. And the bullshit that they have to go through, answer this full test that I guarantee you, if you tested 90% of American citizens, it wouldn't even pass. That needs to be looked at.
College students.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, with the healthcare system, I believe that shouldn't be free, only because, as somebody brought up to me, to demand a free service from a doctor is almost like requiring indentured servitude. For the simple fact that a doctor, chances are, they have a PhD. They spent a lot of money on getting that. And at the end of the day,
Oh
if
yeah, you know what? Hillary
they're giving a
fucked up
service out
Bernie,
for
too.
free, they can't live off of that. Now, I understand taxpayer money would most likely pay for that. But then by giving people free healthcare, you're then raising taxes for
Yeah,
everybody.
you know what?
Which,
This is the
oh
United
yeah,
States of California. That's
by
why we
giving
have
free
to
healthcare, you're then
place.
raising taxes for everybody. Like I said before, I'm all for the state and the local government dictating what taxes should be. Federal taxes shouldn't be a thing.
Okay.
Los
And
Angeles,
to
San Francisco,
demand for free
New York
healthcare,
City.
then that means taxes everywhere are just going ballistic. Whereas if you have a steady healthcare system,
3-4 million.
or anything eye care, dental, any of that crap that you would typically, get for free under the Obamacare, or not even for free, that
Found out that
that
actually
value.
did happen.
Well, now, because you're having people pay for that, it doesn't have to be a lot, but you're lowering taxes. That, in turn, makes it to where people have an easier time buying a house, easier time getting a decent job, and not having to worry about, all right, well, what's the difference between $12 an hour and $15 an hour? I've been in that position. I was making $8.25 per hour. It fucking sucks, I understand. But by demanding, things not be given away for free, it allows our economy and our market to thrive and grow. Because if somebody's making money, that means somebody else is spending money. And if that somebody else is spending money, that means somebody else is making money, and it eventually goes in a full circle. That's what I believe. And that's just where the free market
United
goes.
States. United States of America.
Next, with religious bans. Absolutely not. I don't believe in religious bans at all.
We're kind of divided.
Yeah, it's not even a belief at this point. I feel like it's more just people being ignorant and trying to be trolls. Like this Muslim bans going on.
We killed Osama bin Laden.
I believe
Everybody stood together as Americans.
the reason it's validated is because it's just for a moment.
Hey,
A moment to get
fuck
around
Trump.
Fuck Trump.
Fuck what Trump talking about, man. Gang gang neighborhood. Big C's, triple C's on my side of town.
To adjust our process so that whenever we start letting people in, we have to worry about them. Because